now. Joining me on WION Newsroom is Adya Juneja, who will get us through all the developments from the world of business. Minacha, who will get us all the updates from the developments in tech. And Antara Sasidaran will get us all the sports updates. Well, we begin by going over to Adya. Adya, over to you for business updates.
Well, thank you, Jyotsna. From oil shocks to currency swings, here are the top trends shaping markets today. First up, oil prices are flashing warning signals. Brent crude has jumped nearly 10% in just a week, touching its highest level since November. Now, this is majorly driven by escalating tensions involving the US, Venezuela and Iran, all major oil producers. Analysts warn that if Brent moves towards $80 a barrel, it could trigger a full-blown oil price shock. Higher energy costs risk stoking inflation, hurting growth and forcing both stocks and bonds lower at the same time. With markets already richly valued, economists say geopolitical tensions disruption could quickly spill over into a broader financial shock. Now, speaking of shock, the US dollar is facing renewed pressure. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index slipped as investors reassessed political risk around US assets. Analysts say this has revived the Sell America trade, prompting global investors to trim exposures to US markets. European currencies found support, while safe havens like the Swiss franc outperformed. Now, strategists also warn that escalating trade and foreign policy uncertainty could revive de-dollarization debates and weaken the dollar's global appeal. Moving on now, the AI boom is creating severe strain across the global semiconductor supply chain. Micron says demand for high bandwidth memory used in AI accelerators is consuming capacity at an unprecedented pace. This can risk critical shortages for PCs, smartphones, and consumer electronics. The crunch is expected to last beyond 2026. As a result, smartphone and PC makers are cutting shipment targets while memory prices rise. And finally, China's housing downturn continues to weigh heavily on the economy. Home prices fell again in December, marking fourth straight month of declines across all major cities. Nationwide, home sales slumped to their lowest levels since 2015, down more than 50% from the 2021 peak. Now, analysts warn prices could keep falling for at least 2 more years, keeping banks' bad loans elevated. Despite policy support promises, economists say far stronger measures are needed to stabilize the property sector. And that's a wrap from the world of business. Now, for all the tech updates, it's over to you, Miraj.
Thank you, Adya. Now, US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick has said that semiconductor chip manufacturers in South Korea and Taiwan that fail to invest in the US could face tariffs of up to 100%. Lutnick said that the measures would apply unless the companies commit to boosting production on American soil. As the Trump administration ramps up pressure to create greater foreign investment in the US. Now, he added that potential levies set out under a trade agreement signed with Taiwan last week could also affect South Korean chip makers. Lutnick said companies wanting to manufacture semiconductor chips face a clear choice between paying a 100% tariff or building facilities in the US. Now, Elon Musk is seeking up to $134 billion from OpenAI and Microsoft in damages. Now, according to the court filing, Musk claims that he is entitled to what he calls wrongful gains that OpenAI and Microsoft made as a result of his early investment in OpenAI as a co-founder. Now, Musk says that OpenAI gained between $65 and $109 billion from his early financial and strategic support between 2015 and 2018 when OpenAI was still a non-profit startup in the US. Now, the trial is expected to begin in April 2026. Finally, according to a report from market intelligence firm SimilarWeb, Meta's Threads is now seeing greater daily users than X on mobile devices. Now, the report shows that Threads has continued to gain daily active users on its iOS and Android apps over the past several months. The data shows that Threads had 141.5 million daily active users on mobiles as of January 7, 2026. In comparison, X had only about 125 million daily active users on mobile devices. Despite the mobile shift, X does continue to dominate Threads on the web. And that's all we have for you from tech. Now for sports, it's over to you, Adya.
Thank you so much, Miraj. Here are the top sports stories we're tracking for you at this hour. We'll begin with the biggest story in football. Senegal have won the African Cup of Nations after a dramatic 1-0 extra time victory over host Morocco. But the match was overshadowed by chaos when a late penalty was awarded to Morocco after a VAR review. Senegal coach Papetio led his players off the pitch in protest, but Sadio Mane convinced them to return after a 14-minute delay. Brahim Diaz took the penalty, but the Senegal goalkeeper easily saved it. Later, Villarreal midfielder Pape Gueye secured the win in the 94th minute for the Senegal. This is Senegal's second Afcon title in 5 years. Staying with football, Barcelona's 11-game winning streak came to an end with a 2-1 defeat at Real Sociedad in La Liga. The hosts took the lead in the 32nd minute after Barcelona had 3 goals chalked off and a penalty overturned for offside. Marcus Rashford levelled for the visitors 8 minutes later after coming off the bench in the second half. Sociedad retook the lead less than a minute later and held on to it to win the match. Barcelona's third league defeat of the campaign leaves them with 49 points from 20 games. They are now a point clear of second place Real Madrid. Over in tennis now, world number 3 Coco Gauff started the Australian Open campaign with a win. The two-time Grand Slam champion defeated Kamila Rakimova to reach the second round. Despite some early struggles with her serve, Gauff managed to secure her 75th major match win. The American won the first round clash with a scoreline of 6-2, 6-3 inside the Rod Laver Arena. She has now won 22 straight games against players outside the top 50 at Grand Slam events. Lastly, in cricket, there is some relief for England as preparations continue for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup, which will begin on February 7th. The Indian government has issued visas to Adil Rashid and Rehan Ahmed, both of whom have Pakistani heritage. In the recent years, several players of Pakistani origin from England and Australia have faced delays in securing visas to travel to India. However, the ICC is confident that the visas for all players, support staff and officials of Pakistani origin will be arranged for at the time of the event. The global governing body expects all visas to be issued by January 31. Well, with that, we've come to the end of the sports segment. It's back to you, Jyotsna.
Well, thank you so much, Athira, for all the updates from sports. And of course, thank you so much, Adya, for bringing us all the updates from business, and Miraj for all the updates from tech.